Welcome to the Campervan channel. Today we're at the Motorhome and Caravan Show. It's a huge event, but we've managed to get in before the crowds because today's the day the British public at least get their first chance to see both versions of the long-awaited Volkswagen Grand California. This video is not a review, it's just the basic facts about these two vehicles. In fact, it's one of over 100 videos that we're planning, so if you want to see the rest, please subscribe to the channel and click on that bell icon, and then you'll hear when every one comes off the assembly line. VW have only been making their own campervan since about 2003 with the Californias based on the Transporter. Why the move to two big brothers?
Well, I think the California is so popular for us. It's done really well since it was launched, and obviously we've got a big heritage with campervans going right back to the 50s and 60s. So it just seemed the logical thing to do now that we've got a vehicle in this class in the Crafter to build a larger campervan on it, and obviously the advantage of having a bigger vehicle to build on allows us to put more inside.
And who is it aimed at? Is it those already committed VW campervan people who perhaps just want something bigger, or is it the motorhome fraternity who fancy something a little bit more stylish?
I think it's both, to be honest. I think obviously we do have a big heritage. There's customers who've had our vans for many, many years now, and actually if they want something larger, they want something that's got a bathroom and a larger kitchen and a bit more space in it, then obviously this is for them. But likewise, there's a lot of people we know in the motorhome fraternity who we've not been able to appeal to before because we haven't had a van like this. So it's really exciting times to have something in the market that really appeals to a lot of people.
You mentioned that, like the previous Californias are based on the Transporter, this is based on the Crafter, is it?
Yeah, that's right. So this is the Crafter vans. This was launched back in 2017, so it's still one of the newest vehicles on the market. It's got one of the biggest numbers of new safety spec, convenience, assistance, those kind of features. So that really helps as a base vehicle when you're driving at long distances in particular.
There are two variants, aren't there, of the Grand California, and it is the Grand California, not the California XXL.
That's right, yes, that's correct. So the XXL was the concept vehicle, so that was launched a couple of years ago, and then when it was properly born as a production version, it became the Grand California. And there are two versions, you're absolutely right. So there's the 600, which is 6 metres long and slightly taller. It's got an optional overcap bed, so that can sleep up to 4 people. And then we've got the 680 here, which is 6.8 metres long, so obviously a bit longer. This can sleep 2 people, longitudinally. So that's the main difference between them. There's only one spec level. We've deliberately spec'd them highly, so you go for the 600 or the 680 and then you build your options on top of that. There's no other spec levels within there.
Can you just run through for me, sort of almost from front to the back of the vehicle, what you get in the spec for the 600?
Well, starting at the very front, you've got the engine, so 2-litre TDI, 177 horsepower engine at the front. Going backwards, you've got traditional Crafter cab, infotainment centre, everything's got satellite navigation in it, so you can navigate those long journeys. Behind that, you've then got swivelling seats and a table where you can make a dinette for 4 people. In the 600 over the top, you've also got either storage or an overcab bed for some extra sleeping space too. And then you've got the kitchen, large fridge, 2 hob gas and a sink. And then going backwards from that, you've got the bed, and then on the other side, you've also got the bathroom, well, wet room, so toilet, shower, sink, etc. in there. And
the toilet wet room is the big thing, isn't it? That's the big difference between the baby Californias, if you like, and the Grand.
Yeah, that's right. And obviously we know there's a lot of people that like that when they're travelling long distances. It does make it more comfortable, obviously means you can go to different places. Sink folds up, so you have much more room when you're in the shower as well. You've got a cupboard for your toilet paper, so that stays dry at all times as well. You've also got a mirror that flips from one side to the other. So yeah, it's quite a natty little feature, and then you've got some nice shelves as well. So yeah, everything stays in place when you're on the move.
So tell me about that bed in the 600. Who can get up there and what's it like?
I mean, it's probably designed as a bed for children. I mean, it does take up to 150 kilos, so you could get 2 relatively small people up there. And up there you've got a lovely skylight as well. You've got USB ports, so you know, if the kids are up there playing on an iPad, or if they just want to gaze at the stars, then they could get up there as well. Alternatively, if you think you'll never use a bed up there as well, you can just have it as extra storage. So if you thought you'd never use it but wanted the shorter vehicle anyway, then it's there for you.
The 680 then, what is different about the 680 apart from being longer? What in the spec of that is different from the 600?
A lot of it is the same, so you've got a slightly larger kitchen. So if you're going to do a bit more cooking, you've got a bit more space in there and a few more drawers, but basically you sleep longitudinally. So if you're a little bit longer, there might be an advantage to having the 680, whereas the 600 you sleep across it, although there's plenty of room.
The finish is very smart, isn't it? What were you aiming for?
They've gone for a very modern look, really. So the floor is very much kind of a wood effect, so it's a bit like being on a yacht, if you like, but then everything else in there is very white and wipe clean. So you've got little chrome touch buttons, you've got soft closing doors, so it's all very sleek and white, designed to give maximum lightness, and yeah, very simple but very effective.
You mentioned that there's kind of a standard spec for it, but there are lots of options that you could add if you wanted to. Can you just give me a flavour of what those options are and what's available?
So various different options depending on what you're doing it. So satellite dish, if you knew that you were going to be watching TV in there. You can go for a Wi-Fi pack if you knew that you wanted to do that while you were off grid. The awning is also an option. A tow bar might suit some people as well. But I think have a think about the trip that you're going to be doing, what you're going to be travelling and where you're going to be going, and think about what's right for you.
I've read about a really clever thing called, let me get this right, crosswind assist. That sounds amazing. What does that do? What is it?
So crosswind assist is standard on all Crafter models, so obviously including the Grand California. And basically, if you're travelling in a high-sided vehicle, if you go across a big bridge or, for example, next to a lorry, there is a tendency for the vehicle to be pulled a little bit from side to side. So what it does is it basically just adjusts your steering so that it stays on track and safe wherever you're travelling.
All very clever. And the big question, the cost. If one came off the factory line and I bought one, what would the costs be of the models we're looking at today?
So for the 600, the basic model comes in at just under £69,000. That's including VAT, but not including on the road cost yet, because we're still waiting for all the final details so we can cost up that on the road package. The 680 then comes in at just a shade over £70,000. If you add 4Motion, if you're going really off-road and you want four-wheel drive, that takes you to around £78,000.
Right. Now, when I go to campsites, I know lots of the VW people are really impressed by the California. They say it's a fantastic vehicle, but some of the people who perhaps have older vehicles, but they are a little bit expensive. How do you justify the price tag on them?
Well, we've looked a lot at the market, what's competitive in the market, and I think the big thing for us is it comes off the factory line. So it's being unique. You know, we're the only manufacturer who makes 2 camper vans that come out of our factory, all Volkswagen. We also have a unique network, so we've got 38 tour sites which sell these vehicles, plus an extended network of nearly 100 other sites which can also service it for you. We've also found that because we have the heritage, because it's a pure Volkswagen through and through, the residual values on these stay really high. So actually that has an impact either if you're leasing it, that will reduce your leasing rates, or if you come to sell it in a few years' time, the used values on these vehicles stay really high. So yeah, I guess the upfront cost is substantial, but we don't think that will be a limiting factor. And as I say, over the course of the vehicle, I think you'll have a lot of fun in it.
Yes. And just to get that clear, these will be supported and looked after by the van centres and additional centres as well, is that right?
Yeah, so we have the van centres, plus we have authorised repairers. So that basically boosts our network to nearly 100 outlets. If it's something really particular to Grand California, it may be that you have to go back to one of the 38 tour sites who are really qualified in that. So they have special training, they're able to display them, and they've got, they know about the vehicle, so they are specialists in that as well as being specialists in vans.
I know one of the advantages of buying a California is that whereas if you hadn't got a factory vehicle, you'd have a warranty with the vehicle manufacturer and another warranty with the converter perhaps. But here it's all with you, isn't it?
That's
Everything.
correct, yeah.
There's no overlap. It's simple.
We take full responsibility. It's got Volkswagen on the front, so it's Volkswagen through and through.
So if I pinged you 70 grand to your bank account, not your bank account, personal bank account, today, how long would it be before I could get my hands on one of these?
Well, the tour sites are taking orders now, so you could spec it all up, you can start getting excited about it, and we would expect to have it on the road for you by next spring.
Well, that's the new Grand California, but we're planning over 100 videos on everything to do with every type of Volkswagen camper van, from the earliest Spitties and Bays to the latest T6s. So please consider subscribing, because it'll really help us get the channel off the ground. And then if you click on the bell icon, we'll be able to tell you when every new video is released. But most importantly, tell us the topics you want us to cover in the comments box below. Thanks for watching.